You, my lady, is
Yes.
unicorn. And then I've been wanting to interview you for the longest. Okay, they just make. I am freaking happy that I finally caught up with this one.
I know I'm the worst. I am the worst. I know. I always got so much going on. Okay, we're gonna get my light right here in a second. Okay.
We see that from your show and everything, and me doing the research. Miss Lady, you are a business unto yourself.
Yeah, I mean, somebody got to do it, So,
oh my goodness,
I just try to stay busy. That's all. I just get bored really easily, so I gotta have a lot of things going on, a lot of projects.
I'm like that too. I need something to chase because even when I retired from porn, this way I decided to chase the podcasting. And
well, it seems like you're doing good. I think your numbers been rising and stuff, so you're doing your shit. What
you making me blush? You making me blush? Stop. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we hear that from the AVN Urban X Pod Mommy nominated. You know what I'm saying? I call y'all Pod Mommy.
That was actually a shock for me. I had no clue that I was even nominated for the AVN because I got nominated for AVN in January. I didn't win that one. I lost that to Plug Talk. Congratulations to them. And I got the Urban X Award though, so that was cool too. And both of them were kind of shocked. I was like, "What? Really? What the hell?" So it's telling me at least, and they're fan picks, so at least it's telling me that I'm doing something right because my fans like it. So it's always nice.
Yeah, because how long you had the podcast?
I started the podcast the February before COVID hit. So I was already like thinking about it, and then COVID hit. And actually, I had started another podcast right before it. It was called The Rabbit and the Bear. And my co-host was Big Baby Davis from the Boston Celtics. And it was supposed to be a retired ball player and a retired hooker. Ooh. And we were going to be kind of like the Michael and Kelly of like adult, like, of raunchiness. And he had some personal stuff going on. And his girlfriend got a little jealous, even though there was literally nothing going on. This is like my brother. Literally nothing going on.
It's no surprise she got judged. I mean, look at you, boo. She probably like, you look like one of the girls that he probably would that an NBA player would tap, boo. That they just.
I mean, yeah, but just because I look a certain type of way doesn't mean I want to fuck everybody. Like everyone's like, oh, they have to be fucking. I'm like, why? I don't want to fuck him. Like I have to say so too. Like that's like my brother. That man, he knows my whole family. Like his mom knows my mom. Like we've been friends for a while. So, just because you see me with somebody does not mean I'm fucking them immediately. Everyone assumes if I'm around anybody, especially an ethnic. Anybody Black, Hispanic, anything, they're like, oh, they're tapping that. I'm like, I have to let them do it. It's not.
Well, we can't be friends just because I got a fat ass, pretty face, and big titties. I can't be friends with these motherfuckers.
And I think what happens is a lot of times, like, I do have a lot of friends that are like athletes in adult industry and stuff, but that's because I was raised with brothers. So, like, I didn't even start really wearing makeup until I was in my late 20s. I'm 37. So, I didn't even start wearing makeup until I was, like, almost in my 30s. And I've always been just kind of more of a tomboy. Like, I ride dirt bikes. I like to get dirty. But I know how to get dressed, too. But for the most part, like, my hair's in a bun. I'm on a grill. And we in the backyard, drinking and bullshit. And so, I think they just like the homie side of it. Like, that's really just the homie. And because people see me online and they over-sexualize me, they just see me as like this big titty, big booty, blonde bimbo. And they don't realize like I'm really the homie, So
and see, that's what I like about our podcast, especially when I see more of us do the podcast. It shows people we are normal. We just so happen to fuck for a living. That's it. We're no different than the rest of you motherfuckers. We have kids, we have jobs.
Yeah, exactly. And what's funny is most of the people who are square, they're way kinkier than we are. Like they're shoving fucking apples up their ass, and you're like, what? I've never shoved an apple in my ass. And they're like the weirdest people. Like half of them have like little fuck communities in their neighborhoods, and they're super quiet about it. And I'm like, why am I the weirdo?
I'm saying it's real. You up here judging her, you having gang bangs.
Not 10 days, outside, it's wild. But I'm really just one of the homies. I'm a really chill chick, and I think like once people, even if they have money or they're athlete, whatever, they're like, oh man, like it's Rylee. oh man, that's just a homegirl. Like, because I know that's just me. I'm always high. I'm surprised I'm not high now. So.
Well, with that being said, people, welcome to the Smokers Lounge. Ha. And you know who I am.
Hey, see, you like
I'm
that entry?
Ha. And y'all know who I am. Kavanaugh, the Southern Champ, aka the Porn Rap Star. Find all my links with one link, allmylinks.com/Porn Rap Star. Y'all know what it is. Let me tell you about these 4 sponsors of ours. The first one being the Facebook of the LS community, lsworld.com. Next up, the House of Dope magazine, In the Game, magazine.com. And the new home of the Premium Smoke Room. And for you content creators, 90% profit, no hashtag issues. You can put up wherever you want. You ain't got to worry about getting bumped off. And for you consumers, a new place to consume your XXX content. I'm talking about xsitebunny.com. Last but not least, award-winning, award-nominated. We're talking about voiceover with smut, and they even have virtual reality. Go ahead and get a subscription at blusherotica.com. We're the proud member of the GW District Black Podcasting Network. So go over to shopgwdistrict.com and support some Black businesses and buy something. Why don't you? Also, check me out 5 days out the week in the morning at fullswapradio.com. Also, check me out on the skyhawkafterdarktv.com as well as the BGP LLC app. Now, I'm going to sit back and let this gorgeous pod mommy, porn star, big booty influencer, you know what I'm saying, sex symbol, internationally known, introduce her sexy ass. Go ahead.
Well, I'm Rylee Rabbit. Nice to meet everybody. I'm the host of Down the Rabbit Hole TV. I mean, I think you said it. Most of it, that was a mouthful. I'm a retired sex worker, and now I just interview girls. My show is basically what he said. It's just letting people know, people in my industry, for who they really are instead of just for what they do. I came from like back page and walking the blade type stuff. So there was definitely some girls I met along the way that had some stories. And then as I got more into the higher end stuff and into modeling and things like that, I really started meeting people that I realized were just normal people who had kinks and lifestyles and stuff and going on. And I realized like, I just wanted to normalize my industry and give a platform where people felt unjudged for whatever it was that they were. And just realizing no matter where you came from or where you're going, we've all been through some bullshit, and we're just gonna go down this rabbit hole together and figure it out. We're just trying to figure it out, try to get into some people and get some insight. That's all.
So now, with that being said, let's go back in the time machine. The smokers know how we do this. What got you into sex?
I know. I wish I could smoke, but I am in my friend's house right now, and that would have to smoke.
Yeah.
House, but
well, just know you can smoke on the smokers now.
Right now. I'm in England right now, so
Oh my God, we're gonna talk about that too, because I'm Jersey, because I've been wanting to go to England forever. So now, what got you into the business to begin with? What got you into sex work?
So my first little taste of it, and one, I've said this on other shows or whatever, myself, but so I come from a very urban neighborhood. I come from Southeast San Diego. Southeast San Diego, people assume that San Diego, oh, it's sunny San Diego, but every metro area has a hood. And I think we've been on Gangland twice. It definitely wasn't a good neighborhood. I was the only white kid, white family, stuff like that. But the gang was always around, Everyone I knew was either a hustler, a scammer, an athlete because they were trying to get out the hood, or they was a hoe or a pimp, So it was always kind of around me. I've always had a very open-minded family. My family's always been very modern. I wouldn't say that they're best. I'm not going to say like they were like, oh yes, go be a hooker. But they definitely were like, hey, you're a grown woman. I was paying my own bills. I was at a 401k. I was working at a corporate sales company. I was doing like retail corporate sales type stuff. I won't go into like what company it was, but I honestly just got fucking tired of the corporate America. Like I went to school. I was doing everything right. I was, working on the white picket fence. And I'm just like, I realized it just wasn't who I was. And I'm like, I'm working every fucking day to make somebody else rich. And I can't even take my nephew's fucking birthday off to go spend the night, because I was working 40, 50, 60-hour weeks sometimes, meetings here, meetings there.
Yes.
And I was doing well. I was in my mid-20s and I was already making like $90K a year in commissions. And at that time, that was a lot. Like I said, I'm 37. So 10, 15
Yeah.
years ago, 90K, that was the
It was a
decent
lot.
living
That was a
term.
lot of money for real.
That's more than what grown-ups make, you know? And I was doing that in my mid-20s. So I had to find something that met that same type of income cap type shit and how to just keep growing. So I had some friends, some girlfriends I grew up with that were dancers, that worked at the Bunny Ranch, that had walked the blade. It was back page ad girls. I had a background in massage therapy because I've always been very holistic and about energy and things like that. So even though I did corporate stuff, my soul was always in the therapy.
Yeah.
So, and healing as a whole, and I really do believe that like your sexuality should be a healing tool, and that there's levels to it that if you can tap into it, it's there's just different stuff that you can really get into. Not all about just getting rammed, there's levels to it. And I never thought there was really anything wrong with it. I'm like, it's my body, my pussy. I'm fucking like, if I want to charge somebody for it, why is it anyone's business? So I started first with the massage therapy thing, and then when you're used to making $90,000 a year and you're trying to get by on just a massage therapist thing, those bills start adding up. Yeah. And I'm like, fuck it. And so reached out to some friends to help me kind of get in the industry, and then it was just kind of took off from there.
So shoot, so at the time, so of course you wasn't thinking about doing porn at that time.
Well, I mean, technically, I guess so. I have to clear that up a little bit because I don't technically do porn. To me, so porn is really specific to. I guess I do light soft core porn. I guess technically, but porn for me is like, yo, you go to a scene, you go to a set, they hire you, there's cameras in your face, you do porn. I don't do full boy girl porn. I just recently started adding like oral to my OnlyFans. So I'm really more of like an OnlyFans creator. I was a sex worker because I was an escort for years and I was a stripper and I did OnlyFans. But you can't really find no videos of me getting fucked online.
Because truth be told, even back then when you were doing escorting, if girls did porn, it was for the escorting, to boost the escorting money and clientele for the most part.
I never did porn. It was never my lane. I was really I was an escort. Most of the stuff that I did was I started building my brand through social media because I started modeling with this company called Gold Dimes out of Atlanta. And they were an up and coming business. He's over millions of followers now. He deals with every major big booty fire bitch in the industry has worked with him. But I was working with him before he got big. And we kind of, helped each other blow up, and he's helped a couple girls blow up. So, but yeah, I never got into porn. I was always into like raunchy content, but I never was like getting fucked.
So wait a second. So you was around in the game when the game died for a minute, when Backpage went away.
I was.
Woo! Boy, it was so many girls.
I was around then. Like I've been in the adult industry for 10 years now. So when I started, Backpage was everything, that's what I did. Yeah, I was a Backpage girl definitely. And I was on a lot of the review sites. There's a lot of like major like review, and they call them hobby.
And
P401, ECCIE, TER, all those. I was a review board girl. I was on all the boards. So that's kind of what built my popularity on social media, because I learned how to brand myself through the review boards. And I realized that social media was the next kind of, if I had all those things, it was easy to verify me, and like people would pay me more. The bigger that I was on social media, the more they would pay me. So I just learned how to do that. And that's kind of what my lane was. I never really wanted to do porn.
Well, I mean, honestly, it's not everybody is meant to do it. Just like I talk about with some of the IG models. Some of them, they have a boy-girl scene up there, but it's more so just to have a boy-girl scene up there, just to have shock value on their shit, to make a little bit of money, but they don't do porn fully. These probably do.
Yeah, and I just started adding boys. I won't even say boys. I just started adding a man to my content recently. I don't knock nobody for it. They can do what they want, right? I've done a lot of like girl. So that's why I say softcore, because I do a lot of solo content, toys stuff, girl stuff. But I just started adding the male side to it like within the last couple months.
To be honest with you, the girls now in porn is moving like IG models anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, like I mean, yeah, who's that one guy today? Yeah, like there's a ex NBA or NBA player or something, like his wife even got on OnlyFans. Like,
yeah.
I think people just figured out how to make some extra dough. It was kind of just like Uber, you know, like only a few people was driving Uber in the beginning, and now people got careers doing it. You know, it's just accessible, and the more that they try to keep us in the house, the easier it is to make content to keep people in the house. So people want to. It just blew up at that time, especially with COVID. I think COVID really pushed it because everyone was locked up. You know.
So it's kind of like, so with you, because you was the working girl or what have you. Did you ever work on the East Coast, or did you just was exclusive to the West Coast? You worked the East Coast too?
No. I actually really barely worked the West Coast. The money is always better on the East than the South. I'm a thick girl. I'm a full body girl. Like,
oh yeah, I'm pretty sure you went to New York and Cape in NY. I know NY was a good spot.
Yeah, I've probably been in every state you could think of.
You probably been in North Carolina. Probably, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely have. Okay, that's what the coaches conference is every year. There's a little game for your followers.
See, people. They let you know that you came down here and made money in North Carolina. Do you even know that the coaches conference?
Coaches conference there. The SEC conferences are there. They have a major basketball conference. There's Charlotte is actually. Between Charlotte and Raleigh, they have one of the biggest financial districts on the East Coast. People think of New York, but most of it is
I'm telling you, people sleep on North Carolina in that game because
it's
like everybody go to Charlotte, but they be missing out on Raleigh
Durham.
Yeah, they be missing out on Raleigh Durham.
You said what?
I said they be missing out on Raleigh Durham because everybody, when girls come to work, they come to Charlotte. Very few of them come to
They do. Raleigh was actually Raleigh was really good because even though it's a college town, so people are like, oh, it's a college town, but you don't realize it takes corporate people to support a college because college is not what it used to be. Colleges and prisons are private entities that are just making money off of people now. So with any major institute like that, you're gonna have people around it that have to build and it's corporate people around it. So I mean, there's just a bag there, and that's a very good team. Like their basketball team kills it every year, so they got money coming into that city.
Because when you think about it, you have Carolina, because you also got Chapel Hill, Durham, as well as Raleigh. And what people don't know is everybody go to Raleigh to party. So it's like, and you also
Durham has all the good food. Durham has all the little clubs, lounges, and the good food out there. They got like a blues club I used to go to out there because I really like different types of music. They have like blues and neo soul nights out there. They're really good. There's some great artists that came through there. I like being in the South. My family is from Tennessee, even though I was raised in California. My mom's from California. My mom's side of her family's from Tennessee. So I got family in Charlotte. I got family in Knoxville. It's just I'm like a country girl raised on the West Coast. That's all.
That's what I'm talking about. So through your travels and your experience with escorting, you decided to move into the podcasting realm.
I did, yeah.
And stuff. So what made you decide to go with podcasting?
I've always been a talker. I mean, as you could tell, I'm pretty outspoken. I just realized that I have this really it's a gift and a curse, to be honest. I realized I was just around people, and even if I didn't want them to talk to me, they just wanted to talk to me. And they would tell me like their deepest, darkest secrets sometimes within like 5 minutes of meeting them. And it could be literally like a 6-year-old and they're telling me about crazy stuff, or it could be a 90-year-old woman. It could be any race, any color, anything. People just always felt very comfortable sharing that part of their life with me. And I never really understood why. And for a long time, I was like, this is so weird. Like, why do people tell me this shit? Like, I could be just a prime example. I think I was like in Arkansas, of all places. And this is recently.
She said Arkansas.
I just said, I was like, excuse me, like, can I just grab the cheese right there? Like, I'm in a grocery store. And before I know it, the lady's telling me about her damn son and how she's been like, I just saw everything. And I'm like, yo, I just wanted the cheese. Like, I don't know why you're telling me all this. But I realized that it was my gift, is that people, for whatever reason, feel unjudged when they talk to me. And if that's just my gift in the world, is that I feel like this poor lady just had nobody to talk to. And she just needed to like let it out. And I was just there for that in that moment. And even though it was a little irritating, it was also like I felt blessed. I felt like if I could be the person that brings somebody some happiness and just let them get some shit off their chest without feeling judged or feeling like you're weird for telling me this, or I think that there's just people need that. I think that people are disconnected because of like, as much as social media and our phones and technology has made us closer, I feel like people are more lonely now than they have ever been. And if that's my gift that was given to me through the heavens or through the universe, is just like somebody felt comfortable for 5 minutes to just be their authentic self and say whatever they needed to say, then that's just my gift. Like, that's just what we're gonna run with. So I was like, you know what? There's these people who need to get this shit out, and there's probably other people who feel exactly the same fucking way, and they think that they're the only ones. So I wanted to be there, a platform where people could just say what the fuck they felt, live in their truth, live in their authenticity, and sit in a room and just chill like we're friends, like we're homies, and just let it out, talk about it. Tell me everything, and they will,
So now that we know that, because I had this conversation with another podcaster, many podcasters, because I didn't even know with Spotify my shit been flagged a couple of times or what have you. Because I noticed, like you haven't ladies show the boobies, period. Also, I would, saying.
But you said I do show them or I don't?
Yeah, you show the boobies on the podcast, right? The video sometimes.
Yeah, so anything that's explicit goes on my Patreon. So I've lost the YouTube channel already before.
Patreon don't fuck with you. Damn.
I've lost my first podcast, or my first page was Down the Rabbit Hole TV. Now it's abbreviated, it's DTRH TV. But my first YouTube, I think I was at like almost 12,000 subscribers and lost it and had to start all over. I'm just now back at the 12,000, and that's like a year later. It takes a long time to build subscribers.
I just came off restriction myself, and my shit was an audio video. It wasn't even a video.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, I don't think it was my sexual content that got me in trouble, because I never posted. I always stayed within the realms of on YouTube. I always stayed really close to the guidelines, and I always because you could pick what level of censorship or you should put it under. So I'd always top censored, 18 and only ever. Like, I didn't care if I lost money on it. Worth not losing my page. And I really think that I said some stuff to piss off some feminists, and I think that's kind of what got me down. I don't think it really
I don't know what it was about that video, that audio, that why it got flagged on YouTube. I don't know. So now Spotify, I understand, because I did have the boobies coming out on Spotify, because I thought it was cool because it was educational purposes. But when they started flagging,
where was you bringing titties out for? What educational purpose?
They said you can show titties for educational purposes. So it was educational. They showed them what they can do with the titties.
That's not educational, though. That's the talent. That's not educational. It's like, here is the areola, and these are the milk ducts.
That's why I said air quotes. That's why I said air quotes. But you know what I'm saying? But the reason why I asked that, because
that's not the same thing, sir.
You know what I'm saying? But with you, because
that's trying to educate me. No, it's not education.
But like I said, because you do have risque content, how do you work and where do you place it? You know what I'm saying? Because it's kind of
I do mine on Patreon. I do mine on Patreon. So I have a low subscription price. It's still a little bit. It's like $5 a month. And anything that is explicit, like I've had girls be like, just pull them out. So it's like, can't put that episode on YouTube. So I just put it on Patreon. So I put on my behind the scenes. I put my exclusive episodes. And I don't know if you noticed. Well, hopefully people have noticed, because I do a lot of work on it. But I have kind of two parts to my show. So I have the interview side, and then I have my adventures and my fun side. So after I interview anybody, we'll go on an adventure, or we'll have a photo shoot, or we'll play like little dirty games in the studio. We kind of like strict switch. So we'll challenge people, and it's usually like you have to take off some clothes for every round you lose. So all the like the raunchy, dirty Howard Stern style stuff. Yeah. And now I just put the interviews on YouTube, because I just can't afford to lose another YouTube right now. It took me almost a year and a half to get back.
No, once I get off restriction, thank you, YouTube. I got so much shit I got to fucking load now. I didn't get to load.
Yeah, I had to go back and put all my old episodes on the archive. So it's definitely and even now, like with all that shit, I realized like there's episodes that I just didn't even post yet. I'm like, oh fuck, like because I had to just I had to start everything all over again. So
yeah, because the funny part it was the only reason why the titties come out on my show was because originally, remember people remember, I never wanted to do video, it was audio. So it was one episode where a girl just said, fuck it, and she just pulled her tits out. And I said, okay, the universe trying to tell me something. I just go with it. It's just like, okay.
Yeah.
Girls actually ask, is it okay if I pull my tits out? I'm like, why would I say no?
Yeah, I do too. But so what we do, shout out to my business partner, Victor, Surf Vic Entertainment. He does all my production. He's my business partner. We've been working on this shit together for 3-4 years. So that's my dog. He'll blank it out. So he'll literally he'll just kind of like fuzzy the whole thing. And he'll put like this part of the episode is explicit. So go to the Patreon if you want to see it uncensored. And then once it stops, he'll like cut it back to the interview. So he's really good at editing and making sure that happens. So my hair, I keep fucking with my hair. Sorry, friends. I'm just.
Oh, no, they don't care. They just see a pretty face, pretty eyes, and nice side boob. They're happy. So
I do got some good fat boob going.
Yes, you do, Ms. Mama.
It's like a sweater, but it's not. You know.
Don't worry, premium smoke.
This is how you get away with titties without tittying.
Yes, actually, yeah.
See? Oh, did Ashley pull? Who Ashley? You had Ashley Barbie on there? She pulled her titties out on my show too.
Ooh, well, see, it like this. Premium smokers, don't worry. We're gonna have her in the premium smoke room, so relax. You might get a special gift when she come up there. So just relax. We will have the premium smoke room. Kind of my premium smokers like, please let her come in the premium smoke room, please.
Please let her. So where are you? You said you're in Raleigh. I know you're in.
I'm in Raleigh. I'm in Durham actually. I'm in Durham, North Carolina. Okay. So yeah, born and raised there.
I used to have a great sugar daddy out there. Oh. Sorry.
Bring back memories, doesn't it?
You know, I don't. To be honest, he kind of just. I don't. This is the sad thing, right? About people always give sex workers such a hard time, and they don't realize. And this is I'm gonna go on a soapbox for a moment. They don't really realize the majority of people come to us in their most darkest moments, and they come to us in their most excited moments. So we experience the highest of the highs and the lowest of the lows of the people that come to you, right? So it's very, very, very energy exchanged. And I had to realize that there's been a few times that I have been somebody's dying wish, and I did. And I know it sounds weird. I'm not trying to blow my head up or make it sound like I'm some amazing ass fucking person, because I just feel like I'm a normal person, but I didn't realize it. But I, in 1 year, lost 2 clients to this particular reason, and they were like, "Yo, I'm on my way out. I'm sick. I don't want to see you forever. You're fire as fuck," and they'll just book a weekend. And then I didn't realize until 2-3 months later, I'm like back in the city. I'm like, "Hey, I'm back in the city. What's up? How are you?" And then like I get a message like, "Oh, they passed away," and that shit's fucked up. Can you like? And I know people think like, "Oh, you're just a hooker, Sal. Who cares?" But we really get.
People don't realize it. At the end of the day, they come to you.
Yes.
See, people want to jump on a sex worker. Yeah. She can't make money unless motherfuckers come to see her. Period.
Correct.
Which means that this dude made a conscious decision to pull out his wallet and pay her rate for her time. No different than when y'all motherfuckers go to get a massage. No different when y'all go get your toes done. No different than when you go to a spa. Actually, it's kind of like going to a spa. It's just a happy ending. But
yes.
You know what I'm saying? But it's kind of like it. My mama said it best. Y'all know what Mama Lucas said. Never be ashamed of what you gotta do to feed your family. You know, it's a way. It's a way of making money. Because when you think about it, if you're a beautiful ass woman, right? Nice body, gorgeous, this, that, and third. You have the opportunity to make money off of your beauty, off of being a sex symbol. Why not? You know, period. Yeah. Because people don't realize